Welcome to Zombie Thanksgiving Lesson 7. In this lesson, we're going to explore a game over scenario and see how we can use the game.state to control the flow of the game into this game over situation. So let's get to it. So without playing the game, we can simply look at the code and see that we have code for when the zombie eats the turkey loses some health, and then when we decide to shoot the zombie loses some health. So the game ends when either the zombie or the turkey have completely lost their health. So that's an if statement. So let's go ahead and write it. So if turkey dot health is less than 0, or zombie dot health is less than 0, then the game is over. So we want to switch out of this kind of like main game section into another section that's going to handle the idea of the game over. If you recall, we have a variable in the game called state, which kind of controls what function is executed. So in the preload, we set the game.state to init, which is this function. In this function, we created our sprites and we modified them. And then once we were done with all that work, we changed the state of the game to main, which was another function. So notice the idea of game.state gets associated with functions. So at this point, the game is over. We don't know, we don't want to be in the game anymore. So we're going to say game.state is equal to game over. And if you kind of recall what we just went through, that means that game over should be a function. So let's write that function. Function game over. And we'll do a simple game dot draw text of game over. And let's go ahead and put this in the middle of the screen, which would be half of the width for the x value and then half of the height for the y value. And while we're here, let's also do another if statement so we can kind of display whether you won or you lost. So the easy check here is simply check for one of them. So we'll say that if turkey dot health is less than 0, then obviously we lost, and that's another game draw. And I'm gonna simply copy and paste this here, and let's just put it a little further down. So we'll say maybe 100, and we'll say you lose. Or otherwise, again, if this if statement turns out to be false, that means the turkey had some health. That means the only way it would have gotten into the game over is that the zombie lost all its health. So we'll put you win for this one. Okay, so let's give it a try. All right, so the game is playing. I'm gonna try to kill the zombie. Let's see if we could try to get to a you win situation. He moves real quick. Okay, very good. So you can see the game over here, and you see that you win. In a future video, we're going to explore how we can make this nice. So obviously, this text is very small, as well as the text for the health underneath each one. There's a little bit of glitch here in that we see double, but that's okay. Again, that could get cleaned up later on. So let's go back to our presentation. And in this video, we saw how we can change the state of the game to a different function. And in this particular case, we wanted to handle the game over situation. Enjoy.